morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm better than I deserve to be. Clearly, I think that every time. How are you? I guess I'm okay. Hello, everybody in the gallery. Hello, everybody. Anyone watching this after the fact? Of course, that'll be a one-way hello, hello. We are now on session number 10 of the grand rematch of Great Campaigns of the American Civil War, the Vicksburg campaign from Thunder on the Mississippi. That is a mouthful. If you've endured this long, and we hope you're having a good time, then strap in because I think now with session 10 we have we have surpassed what we did before. And now we are in uncharted territories because the potential siege of Vicksburg looms large, and Roger has gotten his Union forces all the way up and around the city, and he's got some really good Union intelligence this turn. So, what are your thoughts as we start today, sir?
Well, I think the other big issue, if people are not keeping up, a spoiler is that your army of relief has been released to head towards the big black.
This is a true statement,
So the
yes.
clock is ticking on that. It is ticking on that as well for me. When we played the first time, I don't think I ever got it out of the first box. I think they were limited to staying in Jackson the whole time. So this is going to be different and unique. So I think I've got a lot of work to do here in the next several turns to make something happen. Hopefully keep you from making these forts unattackable, because I don't think I can afford that. I think this may turn into a series of frontal assaults.
I kind of thought that too, and I'm scrambling now to not only get units to fill the gaps in the various and sundry forts so we can take advantage of those intrinsic fort values to add to the manpower, but also, as you say, to potentially reinforce them to the point where they are nigh attackable. But also, I want to have it's weird to call it a rear guard, but I want to bring all of the Army of Relief up so that should I get fortunate enough to be able to cross the Big Black, then I can bring them in as a secondary wave to perhaps punish everybody that's setting up their forces there. I don't know. It's one of those things. I did look at this the last couple of days and try to figure out how far do I try to surround those who are surrounding me, and is it possible to make it punitive on you? Can I take advantage of that? But you've got Union intelligence this turn, and we are officially on turn 26, which is the May 25th turn. Roger will start out with Union intelligence. And we do have three corrections that were brought to our attention. Once again, we really appreciate all of that because you watch the video with eagle eyes and you point those out to us in the comments. So that makes us better for it. I'll start with the easy one since I've got the time track up here right now. Mark, who's right here in the gallery with us, point out that the strategic event that got you that Marine was at the end of turn 25 officially, so you should put that in the next turn, which is turn 26, what we're on. So you can move that Marine one step to the left there, and you have that at your disposal this turn. So thank you, Mark, for that. I think Holger, I'm not sure, pointed out the fact that you can only do the manpower adjustments. You can only get one per individual brigade, so I had added two to Baldwin. So I have to reallocate one of those. So I'm going to take one away from Baldwin there, bring him down to a 3, and I think I will put it. I think I'll put it down with Shoop instead. So I will make Shoop a 4. And the third one, I think, as always, the minutia of the retreat charts, especially on cavalry retreats, loomed large here. And as was pointed out to me, I backtracked the first Mississippi. They got down to here, and then I did them back this way. I could actually, and probably should, do them to there without any manpower loss. There was no problem, of course, but they should have gone there, I guess, to get them farther away from the original threat. Luckily, they were not in a situation where they needed to surrender, nor did they have to go through anybody, but I think that was probably the more appropriate to get them ultimately farther away, which is always the rule of thumb. Farther away by road if possible, and not back closer. I think that was the situation, was if I had gone that way to here, that was taking him a step closer to his original location. Not the same distance. This would be the same distance here, and this one would be farther away. So I think that was what
Okay.
the highest possible priority was.
So you're on 4 then at that point because you can't go into a hex more distant. Hex is not. So then, yeah, you're stuck on 4, which is you could go into an enemy Zoc, but it ain't occupied. Okay. Yeah, just wanted to make sure I understood because that's something. Yeah, I have a tendency to think too that you want to avoid Zocs, but yeah, you actually in that case you skip 3.
Exactly. So I think that was the big correction. Did you have anything of note that you wanted? I mean, you could mention what you and Mark were discussing offline, just for the benefit of everybody that's playing this, because it was brought to my attention, and I kind of knew it, but I wanted to make sure that everyone learns because that's the tutorial part of this game. So if you want to mention it, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. What we were looking at, and I want to make sure I understood it because I hadn't read the surrender effects completely until we'd gotten this close. And I was a little surprised that if we have an involuntary surrender condition where Vicksburg is unbesieged, as it is currently, I'm not besieged. You have a couple of routes that make you unbesieged when we talked about whether I should besiege you, put an under besiege last turn. I chose not to because I was taking guys to fatigue 4 and I didn't want to do that. But if I can, during the action cycle, if I can get into Vicksburg with an undemoralized infantry unit, ends in action in Vicksburg, it's a immediately surrender Vicksburg situation. And I thought that was all under the Vicksburg surrender segment, which occurs after the action cycle, but this is actually in the middle of the action cycle. So that's a fairly, because I figured if I got a guy in there, well, you just attack it and drive it out. So that seemed like not a good idea. But if you have to surrender everybody that's close, which is 4 hexes, that becomes a non-issue for me. So I thought that was an important point. I want to make sure you were aware of it because that would be like, I mean, we're not playing this, I'm not a cutthroat here. I'm just trying to win. Oh, I'm sorry, you missed the rule. So that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Fantastic. Yeah, I kind of figured that was one of the little nuances in there about that because they do make so much of a, hey, in addition to if you cause Vicksburg to fall, then you also get points at the end of the game if you occupy Vicksburg, etc. So there's all those extra flavor points specifically for the city hex of Vicksburg. But that absolutely makes sense that, hey, if you walk into the city, well, they just raised the white flag and it is all over at that point because I do have so many units that are within 4 hexes, and at that point I would hand you the sword. Now, to offset that, and that's where I was discussing that with you, that precludes, of course, that, say Sherman gets in here and gets a real wild hair, and he manages to attack Indian Mound with, enough to advance into it, and still has enough fatigues left to go in there
and gets the next initiative.
And gets
right. There's a lot of ands,
but it could happen, and we certainly have seen it.
And Union Intelligence does now give me the initiative.
It does,
right,
right from the beginning.
It's been, the first couple times I've had it, I thought, this doesn't help me very much, but I've had a couple instances where it was absolutely crucial to me making advances.
Exactly.
So we'll see how this turns out. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that we were both, and I also want to make sure that was correct because it seemed like, wow, that's pretty harsh.
Yeah. I think
just like that, it's close to an automatic victory situation as you can get.
Sure.
To.
I mean, and as appropriate if Sherman's right there and he would say later, war's all hell. Well, yeah. I mean, he would prove that Vicksburg is not totally this fortress that everyone seems to think it is. If he could just sneak right in there, and you and I are both sneaky types. We've been known to pull daggers in the dark.
Well, certainly, yeah, you have. For me, I can still remember that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but now
that all green and white game where it's like, where are you going? And suddenly it's like,
oh right,
where are you going?
Lessons were learned, right? But yeah, with Union Intelligence, I'm not saying that Roger's pointing to the right field stands at this point and calling his shot. But
no, I'm not.
But with Sherman having Union Intelligence, he knows, oh, hey, Indian Mound is currently undefended, and I get the first initiative, so potentially that's an opening gambit.
Yep.
So we'll certainly see how that goes. But let's get into it. We've jibber jabbered here for almost 10 or 11 minutes here. So
Yeah.
let's go into the normal process. We are going to have we did our random event, of course, leader transfers. So much will depend on what you do here.
Boy, I wish I had a leader for lawman. So I think I'm going to leave. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to leave everybody where they are.
All right. I think at this point I should probably bring Pemberton back to Smith. Just have him right manning the city defenses, and Bowen is good, and of course everybody that's over in Raymond is already set, so I don't need to do anything with that. I think that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
So we move on to attachments. Do you have any attachments?
I didn't even look at that. I don't think I actually was able to get that set up. I have attachments everywhere, or subs everywhere, but no, I don't have any. Not this turn.
I do have one. Put sub 2 back into A Bear and bring it up to a 6-3, which is the top end of brigades. And I think that is. Let me see if there's anybody I want to roll together. And nope, everybody is individual brigades, so can't do anything over there. Right, so that is all for my rolls, my
Okay.
attachments. So on to the action cycle, and I will wish you the best of luck, sir.
Well, good luck to you as well. And yeah, I said what I was going to do. Nothing really matters. Tuttle with Sherman and Ewing. They're both going to T1. Exhausted, so no EM rolls needed. Here's their movement. There, that's starting out just like I'd hoped. So Tuttle's going to go 1 and 2. And Ewing is going to go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's
Okay.
yours.
Well, I guess what we'll do is, I guess I'll move Cockrell. So he'll go to fatigue level 1. Here's his movement. And he will simply go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Well, didn't get the initiatives that I needed. That actually hurt me that you were able to reallocate that 1 manpower down to Shoop. I think the best shot here, I'm going to take Blair. I'll roll for movement just to see what he gets. Two ones in a row. Isn't that something? Here's his EM, and it's +1 now. I don't have my EM bonus anymore.
Correct.
He's okay. He's just going to go to there. Initiative. That's mine. Crocker's going to have to just go wild to get up there. The longer I wait, the worse it's going to get, probably. Okay, I'm going to try to set something up, which probably means it's going to be a disaster. Crocker with McPherson and Logan. No, I don't want to do both of them just yet. Just Crocker. 4, not enough. Here's his EM. +1. He's going to lose a manpower. Damn. 1, 2. He'll stop there. Nope, didn't get the initiative.
I will have Stevenson activate Tracy, Barton, and A.W. Reynolds. Reynolds will need an extend. Here is their movement +2. 5. I'll have Tracy go first. He will go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Barton will go 1 and 2 to there. And A.W. Reynolds has 5 movement. Let me roll EM for him. There you go. So he has 5 movement. What would Fourth Eye would like to do?
So that would be type +2, +1 for type, +2 for tactical. You know what? We'll stand.
Got me by 4 on manpower losses right now. It's a decent attack because it'd be 5 up and 1 down for the creek. So +4. Yeah, I'll make the attack. Um, so yeah, let's go through that again. It's +1 for prepared, +2 for tactical, and +2 for 3 to 1 ratio, and then -1 for the creek. So I see a net of +4.
+4. Yes,
Okay,
yes. Sorry.
here's +4. 7. Ah, look at that. Simply a +1, and that's 2 Ds, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. That you have the option to retreat if you wish.
Nope, he'll stand there.
Initiative. That's mine again. I will have ABR March. Here's his movements. +1. 6. You would go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I can do this with McPherson, so I'll take McPherson Crocker. He's just going to do a min move into Lawman, so this is going to be his EM, which is +2, which is an 8 on 5. I think that's just going to be a -1, but I could be wrong. Yes, it's just a -1 manpower. So he lost 2 guys to sneak into the Lawman's hex. Oh, everybody goes in there. Come on. Both of them there. Initiative. That's yours. I needed a string. I mean, I just cannot get it.
I will have Stevenson activate Barton and Tracy to 2. Here's their movement. 6. Tracy goes first, extended march. He's okay. I'll go there. And Barton will go extend. He's okay. I'll go to there. Initiative. That's mine. A-Bear to 2. And movement. 5. He'll just drop into there. Initiative. That's yours.
Take AJ Smith, Teague 1. He's just going to do a min move to Grant. And McClelland. Initiative. Yours.
I will have Loring activate Featherstone, Buford, and Tillman. Here's their movement. +2. Boo! Alright, so this group will just go 1, 2, and 3 to there. 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. Yours.
As big attack as I can, but for now, I'll activate Steel. Just movement. 6. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Initiative. It's mine. Activate MacArthur. Good movement when I really don't need it that much. 2, 3 to there. Initiative, that's mine. We'll have McPherson activate Logan. One, 2 to there. Initiative, that's yours.
All right, let's do this. Let's have Loring activate Buford and Featherstone. And they will move together. Movement +2. Fantastic movement. Well, that does change things a tad. Let's see how the extended marches go. Featherstone is okay, so he doesn't need anything. Actually, I'll send Buford out first. So Buford's extend. He's okay. He'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then these guys will just follow along and join them. Initiative. That's mine. All right. Yeah, let's. This is risky, but we'll do it. I'm going to activate both of them for an assault. So Loring will assault Sherman. Here's the assault attempt. Perfect. So they both come in, and now we have a assault +1. Tactical is even. I have a full flank of +4, but Ewing will come off. So +3 final. And then you get a roll for artillery, and then we'll do ratio. Artillery is used. Okay, so -1 artillery, and then -1 for 1 to 2 ratio. So I see 4 up and 2 down for a +2.
Yes, +2.
Okay. So this is a spoiling attack. For all spoiling attacks, +2. There's an 8. Ooh,
Oh, wow.
6-1. Boy, Sherman takes it on the chin. So
So that's
+7.
a 7 on 6 with manpower losses to come.
Yes, so 2 DR off the top. So we'll do that. 1, 2.
It's going to be demoralized. Okay, so his retreat options are all bad, I believe. Best choices, obviously, are going to be either. I think this is going further away and losing another one.
Yes.
Because if I go to Ewing, it'd be closer.
And lose 2 because there's no road.
Yeah.
Yep. So 1 for that.
So there. That's now 25, so I'm losing my manpower advantage here. Okay, so now I need to go further away out of Zoc, my second one. Now I need to go here, which is 3, not Zoc,
Not farther away, but you are left of the road. Oh,
not further away, yeah, on the road. So that's 3, and now I could go further away. 3, I guess this is further away by road here. And I have 2 more to go, and I can go. Now I'm on chart 2, and I'm going to do this priority number to go into MacArthur's hex.
okay.
Not an enemy Zot or enemy occupied hex.
And it's no closer. Yep.
And it's no closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's, I'll stop there.
I will have Loring and Featherstone take the cemetery. Okay. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll have Sherman activate Ewing. Ewing, I guess. Here's his movement with Sherman +1. It's 5. Here's his extend +1. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative, that's fine. Take Logan fatigue 2. Just going to go to McPherson. Initiative. That's mine. Well, this has gone about as badly a session as I could have hoped, I think. This could be a suicide attack, but I think if I can get it, it pries open the fort. I don't think I'm going to get anything better. So we're going to take McPherson is going to take. The question is do I go in with one guy and hope Grant rolls low, or do I try two guys? I guess it doesn't. I think the best bet, I can't even get, that would be not terrible if I get both of them. If I get one of them, it's not going to matter on the total. So we'll do Logan will go in by himself. So now you 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get the core assault to happen. It's a 4. Glad I only went in with one guy. Now Grant will ask for a grand assault, and it doesn't happen. So this is going to be a suicide mission. The type's a +1. It is 3, 12.5 is -4. And artillery may be automatic because I've only got one piece of artillery with against 3.
Like 6.5.
It is automatic -1. So it's going to be, a final is going to be -4. That's what I see.
The type is 1, ratio -4 because it's 1 to 5, and then -1. Yep.
You might get wiped out.
And then I have, so -8. Is that right? Or yeah.
He's gone. I went in with Logan.
Yeah. And then he was a 4 or 3? Was it
He's a 3.
3D? Okay.
So he's deleted. That was stupid. But I'm feeling like you're gonna get that strat cycle moving forward, I think. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. I will embark Greg and Walker and Johnston. So they will get fatigue, lose their entrenchments, and they are embarked. Initiative. Okay. They will now ride the rails. So they will get 2 fatigues, 1, 2, and arrive at Blackbridge. Initiative. Yours.
Take the 2nd Illinois. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 4 to there. That would leave him with 5. Still not enough. Initiative. It's mine. I'll take him again. Here's his movement. It's 12. So he'll go 6 and 12. Initiative. It's mine again. Take him again. Gonna go 1 to there. Oh, here's his EM roll, sorry. So he goes 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative, that's yours.
I'll have Hector move, come out of his entrenchments. He'll just do a min hex to there. Initiative. Yours.
If you can't tell by my voice, my morale check is failing rather miserably. I'll take Dennis. Here's his movement. 2. Initiative. That's yours.
I will embark Ector. Initiative. That's yours.
We'll try Dennis again. There we go. Somebody decided you want to get into the fight. 1. Let's move him up this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative. That's mine. I'll take Dennis to fatigue 3. Yeah, might as well. And here's his EM. Okay. He's going to go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Getting a little closer to McPherson. Initiative. That's mine. Sub 4. 3. 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. It's mine again. Take sub 4. He goes 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll bring Ector 2 more fatigues, and he will join Johnston at the bridge. Initiative. That's mine. Guess I should start marching these guys. I'll have Maxi march. Comes out of entrenchments. Movement +1. 4. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. Yours.
Yeah, I'll have sub 4 march. Take 3. Here's his movement. 2. Here's his EM. +1. Okay. He'll go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's mine because I have Union intelligence. It is, isn't it? That's just amazing. And you're not besieged because you now have all kinds of holes here. I'll bring up sub 3. Here's his movement. 1. Initiative. That's yours.
I will take Maxi again. Here's movement. 6. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative. Mine. I'll take Gist. Come out of entrenchments. Movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In it. Yours.
Take sub 3. Come on. 1, 2. All you had to do was get to Warrenton, you ding dong. Initiative. Sub 3. He's just going to make a mid move to Warrenton. So here's his EM. He's okay. And he's just going to stumble into Warrenton.
Ding Dong Brigade, reporting for duty.
Annoying. Okay. Knit. That's yours.
Okay. We'll continue with just 2 movement. Boo. 1, and he'll go. Yeah, to Ellison. 2. Initiative. Mine. I'll have Evans come out of his entrenchments. And he'll just do a min hex to there, and that's yours.
I'm going to declare a special river transfer with car. You must be at fatigue 0, in supply, yep. Not demoralized, yep. Exhausted, yep. Special declared attention unit is removed from the map. Place the turn track 1 box ahead of the current turn. So car is going to go 1 box ahead of the current turn. Turn 27. Turn out may interplay as Union reinforcement following normal reinforcement rules, or it may conduct amphibious invasion. So that's yours.
Okay. I will have Wilson activate, come out of his entrenchments and do a 1 hex to their initiative. That's low tie. Oh, that's all ties. That's yours.
So I'll take Carr, or Ostrus, not Carr. Don't know who Carr is. He's going to do. No, he gets decent movement. He's just going to go to Grand Gulf. Initiative. That's mine. Okay. Now what are. I can conduct no more than 2 river transfers per turn. I do have the Marine Brigade yet. But they have to just sit somewhere.
Sounds like they're on picket guarded duty.
So I'm just going to bring them, I guess, into Warrenton. Initiative. That's mine. So the 2nd Illinois accomplished absolutely nothing. I think I've done about as much damage as I want to do for a turn. So I'm going to pass.
Okay. I'm going to have Loring activate Featherstone to 4. So here's their movement. 5. Extended march +1. Dull. Well, that was pointless. Okay, so they will go to there. Initiative. That's mine. I will pass.
You know what? I am going to have sub 2 do a river transfer. He's going to do a special road transfer as well. I'll roll initiative. That's mine. I'm going to pass.
I believe I'm going to pass as well. So here is Sunshine Recover. Make sure that there's. Yeah, do recovery first, okay? Recovery. And we are now on turn 27. That was a. Do you want to talk about it? Do we want to
I
do
don't
some?
want to talk about it.
No, we don't want to talk about it. No, talk. We'll do it at the end. We'll save it. All right. So May 26th is upon us, and now we have our random event for the turn. Let's do that.
So we're still in
Yep, we still got a few more days here on the middle column.
May 31st. Okay.
So I guess I can take it. So here's
Oh, all yours.
Here's a roll. It's a 10, so it's heat, super hot.
Heat.
Our first
We haven't
heat.
had. Yeah, let's take a look at that.
I think it's just +1 to extended march rolls. Is that right?
I think that's right, but I may be getting the wrong game again. Place the heat marker. Both players add $1 extended dice rolls. Yep, that's it. So I get a +2
Mm-hmm.
to my dice rolls.
All right, leader transfers.
I go first, right?
Yes.
Sherman to steal. I need Grant in 2 places at once, probably. But Grant with. I want to move McPherson. I'll leave Grant to McPherson. I'll leave McPherson where he is. And that's it for me, I guess.
Okay. So since I don't have to worry about tactical on the forts, um, I'm going to bring Loring out to Buford. Yeah, because he's a more immediate threat.
And you
Um,
get the tactical, if you have a tactical advantage, it
right,
does go to the fort.
right. So do that, and put him down at the bottom. Where am I going to put Pemberton? I think he's good. Yeah, he's got 3 to everybody. So that's the only one I'm going to move. Oh, just for grins, I'm going to bring Fournay to A-Bear.
Hey, bear.
A-Bear! Okay, that is all for me. Attachments. Any attachments that are not on the
Check.
river?
No, I do not have any attachments.
I don't believe I have any either. Nope. Yep, I'm good. So we are ready for our first initiative. Why don't you give us the roll on that one?
Sure.
1-6. Okay. Let's get A.W. Reynolds out of there. He's going to go to 2. Here's his movement. It is 6. Here's extended march. Ah, loses manpower. So he goes down to 4. And I'm going to put him there. So he must stop. Initiative. That's mine again. Okay. So he will now go to 3. And here is movement. It's 4. And now +2 for extended march. So he's a 5. He will simply go 1, 2. And that is all, because he could not be activated by that. So we'll put him right there. Get him out of harm's way. Initiative, that's yours.
Well, we'll take Steele with Sherman. Here's his movement. He'll go into there. Initiative. That's mine. Take Dennis, will be activated with his movement. I'm sorry, Dennis will be activated by McPherson. Sorry. And actually, he'll activate Crocker as well. Here's his movement. There we go. Somebody wants to get in the fight. So McPherson will transfer to Dennis along with Grant. No extend march is needed for either one. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Crocker will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative, that's mine. We'll do an amphibious invasion with Carr. He'll land at Lake Sawmill, which I think means he gets a fatigue for that.
Yes.
And the sawmill has fallen.
Wherever will we get our lumber?
That's right. Actually, you got another sawmill right behind. 2
Oh, good.
sawmills.
Okay, yeah. Bargain Basement Johnson.
Initiative. Double ones, possible end of turn. It's heat.
Yes. So is a -4 to this roll.
I need a 1. Is that right?
Yeah, a modified 1 or less. And the turn ends. So Super Sunshine recover and
Yeah, is there a super hot button?
yeah, it's the really big sunshine. All right.
Well, if you were digging in the heat, you'd be really, really tired.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you would think that. Well, that certainly helps make a lot of forts now. There's only one fort that I see that is available to you, where Pemberton is, right? So you, let's see, we'll kick your sub 2 to 28, and we will now do our next random event. I'll let you take this one.
Okay. It's a 5, which is a...
Union Water Crisis.
Okay.
I think you,
That's probably not very good for me, is it?
well, kind of near a lot of creeks there down there. So Union Water.
Down here in the south, but not up there where Sherman and McPherson are.
Okay. Would you like to make any adjustments to your leadership?
I guess McClellan is good where he is. Sherman is probably good where he is. Yeah, I won't make any adjustments.
Okay. Let's see. You're attacking with a 5, and I'm a 4 now. So keep them there. I don't believe I have. You know what? I'll put Stevenson out with A.W. Reynolds. And that's all for me. All right. No attachments as we established. So the action cycle, I will take the first roll on this one. It's mine. All right. I guess my flex spot here is Tillman. So I will attempt to move Tillman. He will come out of his entrenchments. Here is movement +1, 6. He will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative, that's yours.
I'll Sherman activate Ewing and Tuttle. So Ewing's going to lose his entrenchments that he's worked so hard on. Here's their movement +1. They go 4. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuttle will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have A.W. Reynolds march with Stevenson. Here's movement. 4. Doesn't need an extend, and they will simply go to there.
Where were they? Oh, there were they. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, they were. Okay, there. Okay.
Initiative, that's yours.
I will have sub 2. They will land with car. Initiative. That's yours.
We'll have Bowen activate green. Come out of entrenchments. Here's movement +2, 7. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. Mine again. We'll have Tillman march. There's movement. 6. Can't get there from here. Go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative.
Well, if you're put a fatigue on sub 2, let me do that. It's pretty important.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Initiative. Mine. I'll take Tillman to 3. Here's movement. Ooh, here's extended march. Just straight up. It's good. I'll go to there. Initiative. Mine. Tillman to 4. Movement +1. And extend +1. Flips. But he will go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I have an inkling of an idea, just a small inkling of an idea, and I can't even get the simplest idea to happen for me. Just the simplest of the ideas. So I'll take sub 4. I'll roll for movement, see how far he's going to go. Go 6. Activated by Sherman there. Sorry, I didn't say that, but the entrenchments. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's yours. High ties.
I will have Wilson embark. And here is initiative. That's yours.
Okay. Activate Crocker with McPherson. Here's his movement. 4 plus the. We'll do that. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. I will have Wilson get 2 fatigues and arrive with Johnston. Initiative. Mine, I will have Evans embark. Initiative. And Evans will move to Johnston. 2 fatigues. Initiative. Yours.
Activate MacArthur. He loses his entrenchments. He goes 7. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yup.
Initiative. That's yours.
I will have it. Loring activate Featherstone. Fatigue 1. Here's movement plus 2. 5.
Oh, he was under that stack under
Yeah,
breaks. Okay.
it comes up there. I guess we'll do that. Initiative. Mine again. Featherstone to 2. Movement plus 2. 7. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. That's mine. I will activate Maxi to march. Come out of entrenchments. Movement plus 1. All right. 1, 2. Initiative. Maxi to 2. Movement. 4. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. Yours.
I'll have car march. He's going to leave behind a sub. 2 manpower. Here's his movement. He goes 1 hex. God almighty. What the hell? He'll go there. Initiative. Fine. We'll take Cardiff T2. Here's his movement. 3. He'll just go there. It's mine. We'll take Tuttle with Sherman. He's down here. He's within range. I'll roll for movement just to see. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. 4. Question is where do I want him to be? Want him on water.
I was wondering if you had remembered that, but clearly you
No,
had.
that's a lot of what I've been doing is make. I mean, right now I've got 3 stacks that aren't on water.
Right.
Sherman or Grant is, and Blair. I think everybody else, and the cavalry don't
Cavalry
have to
don't
be
matter.
on
Right.
water.
Right.
So, yeah, and that's why I put Carr where he is. So
Swamp water.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying these guys aren't going to get sick, but at
Right.
least they're not
Right.
going to be disorganized. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. I think the only other moving part I have is just B. So he will get fatigue, come out of entrenchments, movement 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative, yours.
Yeah, I'll move Steele, Sherman. There's his movement. He could go 6 hexes. I wish these little tails counted. That would be really nice, but they don't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll stop there on that water.
Okay.
Initiative. That's yours.
Just B, move again. Movement 5. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative, yours.
I'm going to pass for the moment.
I'll look around here. Yeah, I'll leave Jackson as it is. We'll use them as the sponge in case we get some manpower reductions over there. So I'm going to pass as well. And
Okay.
and we are almost at 2 hours, so I think this is a perfect stopping point for the day.
So
What?
let's see. The way that works, let me
Yeah.
just
So
check
before let me see. We do recovery first. Let me hit the recovery button. And
at the turn of the indication phase. So there is no effect on digging, I guess.
no, right. So we do recovery first, and then immediately after that is, according to this, we have the Vicksburg siege phase. So let's for the first time, I think, go through that.
You must attempt to trace the line of communication. May not enter a hex occupied by an undemolished unit, infantry unit, or an infantry unit ZOC, restricted or unrestricted, even if the ZOC is Confederate occupied. Vicksburg itself may be in Union ZOC. Union cavalry or wagons are ignored. Terrain has no impact on terrain. Hence, elements seem across all river hex sides and enter swamp hexes across hex sides untraversed by roads. However, for lock purposes, the Union ZOC affected only by terrain. Unions act extend across swamp hex sides untraversed by roads, but they extend normally across all bluff hex sides. So I think
Yes, I cannot trace an LOC. I will come out of some primary locations here. That runs into you. This runs into your it runs into your Zoc there, and then run into a Zoc there, and run into a Zoc there. So and run into a Zoc there. So yes, I would concur that I am currently besieged.
This is automated, okay? Uh, Alberto did it. There's some instructions in the module that I helped him with. So you should be able to go to the little star thing next to the turn track hourglass, and that
says
brings up the
Vicksburg
Siege.
siege. So
And
we
you,
just push the button.
if you press the where it says siege status off, so I think if you click on that, it'll change it to on, and everything will be automated, I believe,
Okay.
if I recall. So just
So I
click it.
checked that to on. There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and so I think each time you do recovery now, that besieged marker should advance on its own,
Okay.
and then what he's saying there is that you can see where like the doubles in comes in, and then like you have the forts that go away, and there's got a couple things that happen on the timeline. Then and that green section there basically is saying is that it won't let people entrench who are outside the garrison. I think is what he's saying with that green
Interesting.
box.
Which seems counterintuitive because you would think that the ones Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but Rita, I was just checking on that. But yeah, but the siege track should be automated from now on, and every time you do a recovery, I think that siege marker will come and start advancing along. And then if you do break the siege, you just turn that off, and the marker should not reset the Vicksburg siege marker because if the siege breaks and you restart it, it picks up from where it left off. It doesn't go back to zero.
Okay. So, did you have anyone affected by water
Yes.
crisis?
Blair flips to disorganized, and Dennis and MacArthur flip to disorganized.
Interesting. I had not expected that.
What do you expect to have happen?
Well, I thought you would try to get them near water, but I mean, you are.
I was struggling with getting him near water and maintaining the siege.
Yeah.
Those are the two different, it was like two different problems.
Sure. Sure.
I mean, I could have moved him way back to here or somebody back to 2049, or I didn't want to use Blair's breastworks that he'd built. And once I confirmed that Dennis was going to dig in to 6, and now he's got 6 pieces of artillery, I figured that's probably pretty safe.
Yeah. Now, before we go through our discussion, let's do our random event for next time. So I'll pull that up, and I'll let you roll this one.
Oh, okay. 2 dice, right?
Yep.
Yep.
6.
6.
So Confederate command paralysis. Boo! So command paralysis is there. Is that the worst thing ever at this point?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah. We're still a couple of full turns away before we'll see what happens with Johnston. But very dramatic day, I think, is probably the most apt description of this one right out of the gate. I don't have a lot to say. I managed to check off all the little boxes that I wanted to do. I managed to hold off siege by a couple of turns. I think the heat really helped on the big one. Obviously, you attacking the square fort and being repulsed utterly to poor Logan's demise. That was unexpected, but a really nice way to close the gap there on some of the manpower. So we ended up pulling up the chart. You surpassed me. You were 4 below, and now you are 2 past me. So I show you at 28, and I have 26. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep. So you did take quite a bit between that, and I got a nice attack, a surround attack on Sherman to push him away briefly. So I'm pleased for today. I mean, obviously, we all suggested a fine bourbon for you, but I know you, or a good margarita tequila, either one.
It's still early in the day for that, but
that's all right.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world.
That's right. But I mean, what can you say about today, Roger?
Well, I was hoping that Sherman would get, he just got the 1 and he rolled a 1 for movement, so he wasn't able to get anything done up north. And then I felt like I needed to take at least 1 shot before he dug in to try to grab a fort. I chose probably unwisely because you got a nice string of initiatives, got nice movement again, was able to build up, and it was like, and I took that shot, which is probably unfortunate, but I felt like it was necessary to at least, like Grant, I felt like it was necessary to at least try. But I do have you besieged finally, and you did a nice job with that Sherman attack. That was like, okay, crap. Again, good movement for you. Got around my flank and got me driven out of there. So I had to kind of rebuild that line. I need to see if I could create the army of maneuver. I think that's probably coming up, or I need to look at those rules. I think now it is a siege, and we need to kind of see how that all is going to play out. So, but yeah, very different than our first game. And I'm glad we got to this point of having to work through all the siege and siege parts. I think those moving parts are really interesting. So looking forward to the continuation of the game and hoping that you don't suddenly release all those guys that have built up on the big black there.
Yeah, that's right. That will definitely. I mean, I would certainly be a happy camper on that. But yeah, I love, as we say time and time again, each time you play not only the basic scenarios, but when we play the campaign games and they're so diametrically different. between the way I played the first way and you played the second way, and that we are getting to, as you just said, we are getting to see all the nuances of what's going to happen with the siege of Vicksburg as it occurred historically, and can Johnston help with the Army of Relief and all that good stuff. So I'm excited to explore a lot of the little individual moving parts that come with the siege rules. And for everybody that's watching today, thank you, especially those in the gallery that were so helpful. And anybody watching this after the fact, we certainly appreciate your peepers on this. And if you could take a moment to tell us what you thought of it, either in the more directly in the comments section below if you watched it and you're excited about all of this besieging activity and our first heat roll, boy howdy. It didn't affect, well, it certainly had a significant impact because it ended the turn very quickly. And now I'm kind of hoping that I can run out the clock before Roger gets a good amount of siege degradation. So click that like and subscribe, as we all content creators ask you to do. If you enjoyed it, let us know that you enjoyed it. And if you found a goof, well, boy, you're part of the show here now. And Chris, I mentioned Chris. Chris said he was our 25th like on the last video, and he asked, "What do I get?" And I said, "Our enduring gratitude and a shout out." And he said, "Can I have Atlanta as ours?" And maybe. Maybe we can find you a copy somewhere. I doubt it because they're in hard demand. But Roger, I'll give you the final say for today.
Definitely had a morale issue with me, but we'll see if we can't turn it around next session, and which will not be next week for you guys who are. I'm gonna be in Waynesville for a dog trial, so
Okay.
we'll be skipping a week, which is why I wanted to make sure we're on track with how everything's going here.
Absolutely. Well, then I will see you in 2 weeks, my friend, and everybody else have a great one, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.